You said on a podcast or something I heard you on, you dropped something, but it really wasn't followed up on. You said that the quarantine has actually been a good time for you to address your own mental health.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really, it's kind of a beautiful thing to say. I mean, you're a guy in your mid-20s. I mean, just to even have the awareness to talk about mental health. What were you referencing?
There were so many things I neglected in my own life that I didn't even think about until the pandemic happened. And I'm lucky enough to have people in my life who actually care and have a tight circle now. Like, especially, my older brother, he's a big part of the reason why I'm even doing what I'm doing in the first place, literally.
Omid.
Yeah, yeah. But he's also a big influence in terms of the mental health part, because I didn't even think about that until he even mentioned it to me. When the pandemic hit, I was at a time in my life where I was very overweight, even more than now. But I wasn't feeling good. I was eating shit. I was sleeping late, waking up late, not taking care of my mental health, my physical health, emotionally. I didn't know how to speak to people properly, as anger issues, like so many things that like I wasn't working on actively. I was just kind of like going by and whatever, like just doing. I was 100% career mode, worrying about my comedy, and 0% Neema Nazeri, the human. And so when the pandemic hit, it was a perfect time. It was actually no better moment for me to actually hone in on me for once in my life. And so I did take a month. I took a whole month off.
I was going to say, what was the first step? That's amazing.
So I realized I remember I was doing stand up in Ottawa, and I was on a mini tour in Montreal, Ottawa. I was in El Paso in the States earlier before that. And I was like feeling like garbage, and I have a thyroid problem where it's hypothyroidism. So it's like my immune system kind of like attacking against me, where it's easy for me to gain weight, feel sluggish in the mornings. It's just like Hashimoto is the name of the disease. And so I was just at a very bad point in my life where I was neglecting everything and not caring about my health. And I told my brother, I was like, yo, man, when I come home from this tour, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I need help. I asked for help for once, because I was like, I don't want to live this way anymore. It's tough.
What was the precipitant for that? What was the low point that made you? That's an amazing call to make to your brother.
Yeah,
to recognize that. What was it?
Also, I don't have money. Like I'm not well off in my life yet. Like like how am I gonna do well in comedy if I can't even wake up properly every morning? If I can't eat properly, if I'm fucking out of breath.
So the day you called your brother, what was happening?
I had enough. I had this like natural feeling of like, you know what? I've been thinking about this for a few weeks, and I didn't know how to come about it. But I was like, at a point, I was sleeping on my friend's couch in Ottawa, so uncomfortable, doing basic gigs at a comedy club for $50. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm not. I stopped worrying. I stopped caring about like the actual videos I was putting out. I was still doing them, but I was completely losing focus of the true reason and purpose why I was doing comedy in the first place. And I was getting distracted by outside sources like girls. I was getting too involved with girls, or, like too much nonsense on social media, scrolling, like watching other things, stopping pretty much what I'm doing and doing the bare minimum. And I realized this is all linked together. And I was like, you know what? I can't. Like, if I want to be successful, I have to get help, and I have to work on myself more. And that was the moment. I told him, I went home, and immediately I changed the way I eat. Lifestyle has completely changed. My diet, physical activity. Like,
you said you took a month?
Took a month off.
What does that mean?
I completely stopped doing anything work-related, like comedy, everything.
Wow.
Everything. Social media. I didn't even check my phone for a month.
Wow.
Yeah, because I desperately needed a change. It was exhilarating. It was great. It was actually a very monumental key time in my life. Like, I needed that. I realized how much help I really needed. And
was it almost scary to go back into turning the phone on after feeling like you had gotten healthy without it?
Yeah, no. It was actually relieving, understanding why I'm even doing this in the first place. It kind of made me realize more about the true reason of why I started, and it gave me a fresher perspective going into it again. Like, I actually realized that I don't really care too much about the social media part of things. I just deeply love making people laugh. That's all I want to do, is make people laugh, create content, videos, whatever it is, in whatever form. And so I realized, okay, well, there's no structure in my life. that's what I realized. The biggest thing I realized was I have no structure in my life. I'm just going by every day, making videos on the spot, getting mad if it's not working. You know what I mean? Like, and so that was when I started to change. I started to eat better. I started to fast. I started fasting, intermittent fasting. It's been the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. I've never felt better. I started working on the negative habits that I've had, trying to sleep.
That's why you got the big bottle of water.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of the intermittent fasting.
Of course. I mean, this is a part of it. Yeah, for sure. I cut out like things that were junk for me, like processed foods, like sugar.
You've got the skin of a baby.
That's it. I'm like a tortoise. You know what I mean? Like smooth. Rub my face, baby. You know what I'm saying? But for real, I was so fed up with how I felt inside. I'm like, I don't want to do comedy. I want to fucking lie down and eat pizza. Why the fuck am I even thinking? And so I start to work on the habits that I need to fix. You know what I mean? Having a morning routine, a night routine, writing down my thoughts. Simple as that. Meditation, which I barely even do now, but now I just do more mindfulness, which is, journaling or writing my thoughts down, having a planner. We use a planner. I use a planner now every day to write out my schedule.
You didn't do that before?
Never in my life I did that. Now I'm more organized than ever. I was never an organized person.
Sounds like you're
lazy.
You're really lucky to have your brother.
I am.
Honestly.
I'm very grateful. Yeah, for sure.
And you know why he was able to help you?
Why?
Because he's got a background in kinesiology. those before he quit. He learned, how to.
That was the only reason.